Do you think these nomination forms come with like a free trip to Dubai or something? Because there's no way I'm buying a nomination form for that amount and they are giving me just paper to fill. OB Keeng to ease no eye, coming out with the music to ease your mind. Hi guys, it's OB Keeng once again in the house, and I'm here with another video for you guys. Today I want to talk about a very pressing issue, which is the high price of the nomination forms for presidential candidates in Nigeria at the moment. I'm going to be focusing on the APC nomination forms. There's a reason for that, because apparently their prices are the highest and so many people are buying them like hotcakes. I feel that there's something going on under the surface that we don't know about. Let's just discuss it right now. So the 2023 elections are coming up, as everyone knows. For some reason, people are buying presidential nomination forms like water. And the nomination forms are beyond the reach of the average Nigerian. They are very expensive. Now, I'm just going to pull up the prices of the forms so that everybody can see what I'm talking about. Alright, in this screenshot, courtesy of the cable, it shows you the three prices for nomination forms for the three major parties. As you can see, APC has the highest price across board for all the nomination forms. Their prices for presidential nomination forms, a whopping 100 million naira. Second highest is for PDP, 40 million naira for their nomination form. SDP, 35 million naira. And you can also see the gradations for the other seats as you go down. And even the lowest seats, which is the state assembly seats, would even be difficult for the average Nigerian to find a form. So that is the crux of my discussion today. And like I said, I'm going to be focusing on the APC because something is going on. A whole lot of people are buying their forms. We're going to try and get to the roots of that today. Alright, in a previous video, I spoke about the 2023 presidential candidates list and I listed some of them. But as at then, when I made the list, only about 8 people had declared their intentions, and I thought, okay, more people would come along, but they won't be that much. So these are the people that are serious. But now something strange is happening. Like everybody and their brothers and their sons are coming out for the presidential election. Online, some people are just seeing it and laughing and saying it's a joke at this point. But me, I'm thinking it's something much more sinister. But I'm going to discuss the potential implications. I'm also going to list all the people that have bought APC nomination forms so far. It's a whopping 17 people. And for APC, their nomination forms are going for 100 million naira, like I said. So far, if we are going by that number, they've made 1.7 billion naira from nomination forms so far, which is a crazy number, and they actually justified the amounts for their forms. I'm just going to pull out the article where they talked about it. APC nomination form fees justified. Nigerians make legitimate money despite current economy. Make it make sense. The cost of the nomination forms has elicited varied reactions on social media platforms, with some persons describing the fees as exorbitant in the light of current economic realities. Speaking on Wednesday in an interview with Channels Television, Frank Moka, APC spokesperson, said the decision on the form fees was justified. I get that people may have legitimate questions around that. Don't forget at the same time, some of the most special groups of citizens were granted high consideration, either in delivering nomination forms to them for free, as in the case of women and people with disabilities. He said youths who are between ages 25 to 40 were granted 50% discount. The party advised the party on the price tags. What is the present situation in the country? We still live in a country where people live very opulent lifestyles, make legitimate money. Yeah, people living opulent lifestyles are you guys. As for legitimate, well, I can't really say. It continues, APC isn't for the rich. Things are not perfect economically. That's putting it really mildly. They are not perfect anywhere. The party made a decision that the value put on these forms are justified. So basically, they justified by saying the party justified. I'm just going to pull out the graphic for women, people with disabilities, and youths. And there you have it. For the APC, if you are a woman or a person with disability, your nomination form is 30 million naira for president. If you're a youth, 58 million. Okay. For PDP, 5 million naira for women, 17.5 million naira for youth. What if you're a youth and a woman? Like, how does this Okay, I guess the cheaper one supersedes. Prices are still quite ridiculous. So I don't get what they are justifying. And again, it's not just even picking up the forms. For some reason, our Senate decided to increase the limit on campaign spending. Before, if you wanted to run for president, it's 1 billion naira that was your limit for campaign spending. They increased it to 5 billion naira this time around. And they increased the price across board, like governorship, everything, the prices are increased. I think governorship was 200 million. They increased it to 1 billion naira. They've turned the election thing into a game of money. Like the more money you have, the more chances you have to win. Like a lotto. We have the highest number of people living in extreme poverty in the whole world, and look at what is going on in our leadership space. You find out people are getting more and more disillusioned with leadership. Like people don't really care anymore. Now, something you're going to ask yourself is, what about the regulatory agencies? Like, what are they doing about it? Like EFCC, don't they see what's happening? No, EFCC did release a statement on this. They said they are investigating the monies. I'm just going to pull up the article. EFCC investigating monies used in buying party nomination forms. Bawa. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is working to ensure the monies used in the purchase of nomination forms ahead of the 2023 elections are legitimate. EFCC Chairman Abdul Rashid Bawa said this on Friday when he featured on Channels Television's Politics Today. When it comes to the issue of monitoring election funds as well as candidates' funds, that has to do with the work of INEC in this regard. But of course, we are working hand in gloves with INEC and other related agencies in that field to ensure that we follow the money. We know the source, whether it's legitimate or illegitimate, because that is what concerns us, he said during the current affairs program. So that brings to mind another issue. Okay, if you say you want to investigate these guys, you really don't have any power to do anything about it because they are still under the immunity clause. Like, we have this immunity clause thing. If you're in office, you can't be prosecuted while in office. And again, most of these guys buying these forms, you discover that they are not buying the forms themselves. They are using proxies. There are all these groups coming up and paying for the forms on behalf of the person running. I'm going to get into some of that later. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. These are the list of people that have bought nomination forms for the APC. First of all, we have Yerima, Dimeji Bankole, Bola Tinubu Dijagaban, Oshomole, or Oshomilo, like I used to call him, Akpabio, Amosu, Ayade, Amechi, our Minister of Transportation, Yahaya Bello, current governor of Kogi State, Dave Umahi, current governor of Ebonyi State, Yemi Osinbajo, our current vice president, Ken Namani, Borofis, Onu, Godwin Emefiele, our current CBN governor, Yakubu Mohammed, Adesina of the Africa Development Bank, which I just learnt of his own form today. That's 17 people in total, a whopping number. I'm going to talk about them one by one. First of all, starting with Senator Yerima. If you hear Yerima and it's ringing a bell, yes, we're talking about the same senator that married a 13-year-old girl and it caused a whole uproar then. And apparently, a lot of these guys, before they come out, they first visit President Buhari for his blessing, I guess. Some of them receive, some don't. I don't know what the whole criteria is. Even President Buhari himself, I don't know how he's giving his blessing to multiple people, an expensive one. Or he probably just sees it as a lottery. Yeah, you guys just do whatever you want. I don't know who is getting food. Maybe it's us that is getting food. Who knows? Alright, this short article says, breaking, former Zamfara governor Yerima joins presidential race. Yerima, who spoke to State House correspondents after his meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari, said he will be focusing on 3 critical areas of needs, including insecurity, poverty, and ignorance. Senator Yerima apparently says that President Buhari has given him the go-ahead. Like, he went and asked President Buhari, can I run for office? And President Buhari was like, yeah, you can go ahead. Seems like he's doing a lot of that these days. Next person on the list, Dimeji Bankole. He has gotten his form. He's the former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Bola Ahmed Tinubu also picked up his form. I mean, that one was no surprise. Also, apparently, he bought the nomination form for the governor, that's Sanwo-Olu, to run for governor again. I guess the governor's loyalty has finally paid off. Sanwo-Olu and Tinubu's pictures are going to be fighting for space in Lagos. You guys are about to be inundated with their picture. You are going to know their whole anatomy. Next on the list is Oshomole. Oshomole joined the race and he vowed to tax the rich. And again, the reasons they are giving, some of them sound ridiculous and very funny, which makes me suspicious. Akpabio, as former governor of Akwa Ibom State and a current minister, he said he's running that he doesn't want Nigeria to sink. Like, what? Amosu joined the race saying that he'll help Nigeria achieve its destiny. It's such a buzzword at this point. You are just supposed to assume that the destiny is good. What if he wants to facilitate our destruction faster? Next on the list, we have the crying governor of Cross River State, Governor Ben Ayade. He said he made his intentions known after being in a closed-door meeting with Buhari, and Buhari gave him his blessing. I give you my blessing. Our current Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, also picked up a form. This one is even very funny because Amechi's last major news conference, he kind of said that the Chinese is no longer loaning us money for the real project. China is done. Like, one day they just stop picking calls, and he said something like he wanted to start looking for money in Europe. For him to actually admit that there is a crisis going on in transportation sector, and at the same time saying he wants to run for president, like Yahya Bello is also in the running. Yahya Bello is governor of Kogi State. He's the one that loaned 20 billion naira to pay salary for people of Kogi State, but then put it back inside the bank as a fixed deposit. And for some reason, he presented his nomination form to Buhari for blessing. Like, President Buhari is he's a cleric at this point. That's what everybody is going for. Dave Umahi, the current governor of Ebonyi State, is also in the running. He even declared a long time ago. It was in my former video, probably when he thought it would be zoned to the southeast, but I'm sure now he's having second thoughts. Our vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, or is it Osibanjo? I keep getting those two mixed up because even during his campaign days, when he was campaigning with Buhari, some billboards said Osibanjo, some said Osinbajo. So till today, I don't know which one, because even in the press, they still mix them up. Or maybe both of them mean the same thing. Even after being vice president for so long, apparently he's not the one that is buying his nomination form. Apparently, a bunch of people are gathering money for him, like businessmen. According to this article, it says Osibanjo gets 100 million naira APC presidential form. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has picked his form to contest the 2023 presidential election. His spokesman, Laolo Akande, made the announcement Thursday afternoon. The aide said a passionate team of support groups and individuals, Nigerians from across the country, raised the funds. They put that whole thing in quotes. This next article speaks about a group of businessmen that donated money for him. It says businessmen donate 97 million naira for Osibanjo nomination form. Members of the Nigerian business community pushing for Vice President Yemi Osinbajo to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari in 2023 have raised 97 million naira to buy the All Progressives Congress nomination form for him. They also charged him to formally declare for the 2023 presidential race without further delay. The VP supporters, under the auspices of businessmen for Osibanjo, said Nigerians who want the vice president to lead the country in the next dispensation have increased by millions across the country. The group said the VP supporters were running out of patience and wanted him to make his declaration known. Okay, we're running out of patience. You better run. Fashogbon said the group wants Osibanjo to accept the offer to serve and rescue Nigeria at this crucial moment. Rescue Nigeria. He's the current vice president. You're asking him to rescue Nigeria from what? From himself? Are you saying that the person at the helm is not doing a good job? Osibanjo himself, when he was coming out in his video, he said, he was under a very passionate and patriotic president that has done his best. So what exactly are you guys saying? And again, why 97 million? You might as well have just raised the whole 100. This is the other group of people that apparently raised money for him. Nomination form group donates 50 million naira to VP Osibanjo. I guess this person in the picture is the leader of the group. I have no idea. Article says the Osibanjo Grassroots Organization, OGO, a foremost progressive grassroots organization supporting the ambition of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo to succeed his principal, President Muhammadu Buhari, in 2023, has donated 15 million naira to support the purchase of the APC expression of interest and nomination forms for the vice president. Convener of the group, Mr. Foluso Ojo, said that more than 98% of the money came from small donors of less than 5,000 naira. If you're any of those small donors that donated, please let me know in the comment. Let me know in the comments if you donated to Yemi Osinbajo's presidential ambition. The group said the donations, which was crowdsourced in just 5 days, was a stunning achievement considering that millions of Nigerians at the grassroots face considerable challenges. You have no idea. So basically, you're saying Nigerians from the grassroots gathered and donated money they don't have because they want Osinbajo to continue in office in a higher capacity. Are you kidding me? The next 3 guys on this list, I don't really know them that much, so I won't talk on them much. Ken Namani, I know he was a former Nigerian senator. Borough-Fils I've never heard of before this. That's a cool name, Borough-Fils. Apparently he's a Nigerian senator. One I all know is the current Minister of Science and Technology. For the last 3 guys on this list, we have our current CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele. Emefiele, according to the articles, he keeps saying he's being pushed to run, that he himself doesn't do. Yakubu Mohammed is a former manager operations at the NNPC. And finally, additional, that's the head of African Development Bank. Apparently, they bought the form for him. It says in the Punch article, coalition picks 100 million. Picks, they just picked it. 100 million naira APC nomination forms for AFDB President Adesina. This is a coalition of 28 groups consisting of Youth Arise Movement, Nigerians in Diaspora, One Nigeria Group, Prudent Youth Association of Nigeria, women groups, farmers, people with disabilities, and other civil society groups raised the fee to purchase the forms for the former minister. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know if Adesina knows that he's running for president. Like, the article doesn't say anything about him declaring his interest. Anyway, that's the list of people running as it stands right now for APC, and I fully expect like some more people to even join in at this point. It's just a ridiculous game from all I read. As for who I'm supporting personally, if Peter Obi gets the ticket for PDP, which at this point I'm not really seeing that happening, I'll throw my full support behind him. I'd rather even support somebody like Sowore. Speaking of Sowore, that guy is just so funny. Sowore went and declared inside a pool or a river, something like that. That's why he declared his intention. Is it like just trolling government or what? The funny thing is, a lot of these ideas for crowdfunding that I'm seeing so far, it's Sowore that started all this thing. Sowore was the one that crowdfunded his campaign with receipts. On his YouTube every day, he was calling out the names of the people donating to him. Even the BBC carried it that he did an innovation in Nigerian politics. Now you see they are kind of using his idea, but this time around, there's no way you can verify who actually donated money to these guys. As for why so many people are buying these forms, which is the crux of what I wanted to say today, there is no way this is a coincidence. Something is going on underground. I have 3 theories. My first theory is a money laundering scheme. Now, I can't say that that's for EFCC to say. I mean, they said they're investigating it. Second theory is, okay, people are saying that, okay, if Buhari can do it, even when his WAEC certificate was in contention, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can run and win if I have the correct platform. I mean, APC is a strong enough platform. In this short space, they've just taken over everywhere, like by force. So maybe if I join them, I can actually become president. Who knows? Another theory I have is like, this is just a plan that they've already selected who they know they are going to support. You know, like in the last elections in 2019, something similar happened. A whole bunch of people that nobody really knew about, they ran for presidency under different parties, and I covered some of this in my other video. Different parties with ridiculous logos. I don't think that was a coincidence either. All of them just decided to support Buhari. In fact, there was a large group picture of all of them in one shot. They just decided to support Buhari out of the blue. Or it could be that so many people are fighting for power and it could implode the party. Either way, I really don't know, and at this point, I don't care. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this whole situation, of the expensive APC nomination forms? Let me know in the comments. Once again, my name is OB Keeng. Do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.